What is up, everyone? So today I'm going to be installing new disc brakes. Here you see me taking off the axle and the front tire, and now I am pulling out the old brake pads that I had on my bike. I'm going to install some new brake pads, but first I'm going to clean off the rotors with some alcohol and a paper towel, just to clean off any additional dust from the trails or from my brakes that could be sitting on there, making sure they're nice and clean. Here's the new brake pads and spring that I got in this Shimano set. And here you can see me, I didn't install the caliper, or I didn't compress the calipers on the front brake, which I should have, and I'll actually end up paying for it a little bit later. But I pressed the pads firmly into their little slot and making sure that the spring is giving them good contact up against the calipers. Then I reinstalled the bolt. Screw that into place and put the pin in on the end to make sure that it doesn't randomly pull out while we're riding. Then I reinstall the front tire, making sure that the rotor is aligned with the opening that is in the disc brake. And you can see me figuring out here that I realized that it is rubbing a lot. So what I undo the bolts that attach the brake to the frame, I pull down on the brake lever, and then I retighten the bolts to make sure that it is correctly aligned with the front rotor and with the frame. I could tell later I have to go back and reinstall and compress the calipers, but I correct that on this rear brake. So I went through, cleaned off the rotors on this rear brake as well. Now I'm just undoing the axle, pressing the derailleur out of the way, and pulling the pin, basically doing the same process that I did on the front. Now I just pull out all the old brake pads. These ones were actually pretty heavily worn, and here you could see me compressing the brake caliper on the back tire, just to make sure that there's plenty of room and plenty of play in that rear brake. Now with the new spring and the new brake pads, I'm going to install the new ones, just make sure that those are set firmly in place, and then just replacing the bolt and the pin that is going to hold that in place. As you can tell, this is a pretty easy process. Here I'm already setting up the tire to go back on. Now I just need to make sure that the rotor and the axle are aligned so that these brakes work great. I hope you guys try this on your own. It's a fairly easy process and will save you a lot more money than taking it to the bike shop. I'll see you guys next time.